primarily a used bicycle shop. There's no other used bike shop in Nashville. And then we're also kind of a communal space. We have a community bench. We definitely consider ourselves like an educational type of bike shop. We love fielding questions and showing people around the bicycle, so to speak, holding their hand through the repairs if they are at all interested. We have a whole line of tools for people if they want to come in and do their own work. All our tools are free to use. We have professional stands, so you can actually mount your bike and get up underneath it. It makes life a little bit easier when you're working on a bike and disassembling a bike, especially when you're breaking it all the way down.
You can come out here and the guys in the shop will take time to teach you on how to change things on your bike. If you ever have any trouble, they'll come out and assist you. Last week I was changing my bottom bracket, which is a fairly complicated process where I had to take off the bracket and the bottom of the bicycle, and I was stuck probably 3 or 4 times, and the guys in the shop came out, they helped me, they kind of taught me through the process, and the skills that I'm learning at Halcyon are going to help me become a lifelong lover of riding bikes and fixing them and making them part of the hobby.
Yeah, community bench is great because, as you may or may not know, there's a lot of specialty bike tools you need to work on your bike. And, you know, being an avid cyclist, I prefer working on my bike myself as opposed to taking it to a bike shop. So this just allows me the opportunity to come out here and work on my own bike without having to pay somebody else to fix it, and also spend the money on the specialty tools that I can't afford or just can't have, or because I only use them like one time. So it's definitely great to help the community out and just promote cycling in that kind of sense as well. So
I just think it's kind of remarkable how they lock it up when they're closed, but it's just crazy that they have it out like this, and I can just come back anytime, don't even have to like talk to anyone. And it's just if I need a quick fix, you don't feel like guilty relying on them to do work for you. And I mean, it's just, I don't know, I guess it says something about this place where they're not like out to make money. They're like what a bike shop should be, which is putting the riders first.
Typically, on average, our used bikes that come out of the bike shop here are around about half of what they went for retail. Beyond that, came out of a professional mechanic's hands, so you don't have to worry about them failing in any shape or form or fashion. We all the way overhaul our bicycles and put a year's service warranty on them just to do away with any seed of doubt one might have when purchasing a used machine. We really stand behind our bikes and quite economical at the same time.
For one thing, it sends a message that we can keep reusing and recycling things. And also a lot of these bikes that are, you know, older bikes that were Japanese made or made in France or in the UK or in Chicago if it's an old Schwinn. These bikes were really well made, and they kind of remind us of a time when we made really good stuff.
I think it's unique in the manner of you can come to the shop and not really even have to ask if you know what you want, and search through like the file cabinets on the sales floor and get used parts. You don't have to spend $20 on a new derailleur or $40 on a rear derailleur, anything like that. Everything is gently loved, but you can get it for a really, really good value.
Andrew and his team, they have a great design sense, and that informs the way that they refurbish the bikes. And so it's very inspiring to come in and see a bike that's an old bike, but the way that they've matched the colors of the grips and the seat, and even things down to the cable housings they'll do, or even cork grips that they might shellac to waterproof them. So it's the details, the design details that make these bikes beautiful again.
So I think one of the major voids that we fill, just in terms of someone looking to get into cycling or looking for something like a non-pretentious atmosphere where they can talk about something that maybe they're not that comfortable with, this is a great place to do that. We try to provide a bike where people can enter cycling at a very low price point and still, still purchase something that's quality, still purchase something that they can trust in. we also come from cycling from different angles, whether it's racing or it's racing on the road, mountain bike racing, or it's general trail riding, or it's commuting. So everyone has a kind of different outlook, and it's a kind of like interestingly functioning organism in that way, and that everyone's sort of integral. To use a really corny bike metaphor, everyone's an integral spoke to this sort of like larger wheel.
Well, when these guys opened up, it was just like, thank goodness we got this bike shop here where like it's comfortable, it's friendly, they sell local art, they sell local sort of artisanal stuff. It's made like, handmade tool bags and handmade bicycle hats and handmade baskets and other things from the community, and then art from the community hangs on the walls. I've bought art in here. So when you come in the door, you never know what you're gonna find. It's a friendly group of people. It's a place to meet other people. It's kind of a hub for people to hang out and kind of meet each other, other bikers and other people in the neighborhood.
I'm a neighbor here. I've been in this area for over 17 years. I was kind of an urban pioneer, I guess you say. It's really, really nice to have a place like the Halcyon Bike Shop and people like Andrew in the neighborhood. It's really encourages, a green kind of thinking.
If I had to nail my very favorite thing, it's just how wonderfully diverse it is. We have all walks, all different types of folks come in, from very serious commuter to very serious racer and everyone in between. It's pretty fun.